Hello everyone. So today I am starting a new chapter, that is chapter skin of class ninth. So this is an introduction video about the structure and the function of the skins. So basically we all know that the skin is the outermost covering of the body and it covers the entire body. So it has a surface area of almost 1.5 meter to 2 meters, and if you talk about the density or the total body weight is about 12 to 15%. Now the skin also alongs its derivatives constitute the integumentary system. So our structure of the skin has been divided into two main components. So skin is made up of two main components. The first one is the skin proper and the second one is skin derivatives. In skin proper we will study about the epidermis and the dermis. These both are the layer of the skins. And in the skin derivative part we will study about the hair, sebaceous gland, sweat gland, nails and the mammary gland. So starting with the topic about the skin proper, which comes with the first one, that is the epidermis. So what are epidermis? Now the epidermis is the outermost layer of the skin, which is formed by the stratified squamous epithelial tissue or the layer, which are also arranged in horizontal layer. If you see the diagram of the skin, you will find there that all the epithelial tissue has been arranged in an horizontal way like this. Now it is also considered to be the lifeless tissue as it lacks any blood vessels, and it also contains the keratin, which makes it tough. And this epidermis is made up of three sub layers. So the first layer is about the outermost layer of this epidermis, that is also known by the term stratum corneum. The second layer, that is the internal or we can say the granular layer, and the third one, that is the malpighian layer. So the outermost cornified layer. So this layer is made up of dead cells that contains the keratin, and we already know that these keratins make this layer forms a tough outer covering, and the cell in this layer gets worn out and are continuously replaced. So this layer provides resistance against the mechanical damage, or we can say by any physical damage. If skin faces some types of mechanical or physical damage, then it gets replaced by itself. So the second one, that is it's also provide resistance against the bacterial infection, and sometimes it also helps in the loss of water by the evaporation in the form of sweat. Now the second part or the second sub layer of the epidermis is the granular layer. So the granular layer is consist of the flattened living cells, and these living cells replaces the cornified layer when its cells get worn out or burn out. Third one, that is the malpighian layer. This malpighian layer is the innermost layer of the epidermis, and the cells are layered in continuously dividing, and this layer contains the pigment, that is the melanin. Here the melanin is a pigment that is produced by a certain gland in the skin, and this melanin present in the cell of the epidermis decide the skin color. So if any person is very dark in color, that means the melanin, that is the skin pigment, is too much high in that person, in that skin. So the melanin is basically a pigment like the chlorophyll that is present in the plant or the leaves, that makes the leaves in green color. So in our skin there is melanin, that is the skin pigment that makes our body colorful, or we can say dark color. Now melanin which determine the skin color. So now the second part, that is the dermis. So dermis lies below the epidermis and it is thicker than the epidermis. And if you see that dermis has two main layers, that is the papillary layer that contains the dermal papilla, and the second one, that is the reticulate layer. And this layer consists of the elastic connective tissues. As we have seen in the epidermis, there are stratified epithelial tissues But in the reticulate layer, these layer consist of the elastic connective tissues that are connected with the blood vessels, sweat gland, oil gland, and some hair follicles. Now the dermis also has a specialized cell that is called the fibroblast. This fibroblast also helps in the production of the collagen and the elastin fiber. So this was about the dermis and the epidermis. Now the function of the skins. So the most important function of the skin comes with the first topic about the protection. So the skin provides protection to the body from the mechanical energy and ultraviolet rays that comes from the sun, disease causing microbes, and prevent from desiccation. Second point says that it also helps in the temperature regulation. So skin helps in the maintenance of the body temperature at any constant. Third one says that it contains the sense receptor. It means that the skin contains numerous sense receptor which helps in perceiving the surrounding, that what the temperature of the surrounding, and what if anyone pinches, it's give the sense to our skin, and that message get passed to the brain. Fourth one says that it also helps in the synthesis, or we can say the skin is also involved in the synthesis of vitamins such as the vitamin D that comes from the main source. The common main source is the sun, but it also comes from different types of food also. Fifth one says that the skin also helps in the disposing of the excess water and salt by evaporation. We have also seen that there are numerous pores present on the skin that enables the skin to lose the water or the excess salty water through evaporation in the form of sweat. In summer you will able to see the sweat that comes from our body, and this is also an excretion of the body. So this was about the structure and the components of the skin and the function of the skin. Now in the next part of the video we will understand about the derivative of the skin, like the hair, sebaceous gland, sweat gland, and so on. So till then, thanks for watching this video.